The 10 most intense Chicago fire episodes from start to finish, ranked, continued. 5. The Beating Heart, Season 6, Episode 16. Few episodes capture the raw, emotional toll of firefighting like Chicago Fire's The Beating Heart. When a massive apartment fire breaks out, Firehouse 51 responds, only to realize that the building is structurally compromised. As the team rushes in to evacuate residents, the floors collapse beneath them, trapping Lieutenant Kelly Severide and firefighter Stella Kidd inside. The intensity of this episode comes not just from the life-or-death stakes, but from the psychological warfare of being buried alive. Severide, ever the fearless leader, must keep Kidd calm while they wait for rescue, all while oxygen levels drop and debris continues to shift. Meanwhile, Chief Bowden and the rest of the team work against the clock, knowing that one wrong move could bring the entire building down on their colleagues. What makes this episode particularly gripping is the parallel storyline of paramedic Sylvie Brett, who is treating a pregnant woman in labor amidst the chaos. The juxtaposition of life beginning and lives hanging in the balance adds a profound weight to the episode, making it one of the most emotionally charged in the series. 4. The Strongest Among Us, Season 4, Episode 17. If there's one thing Chicago Fire does exceptionally well, it's putting its characters through the ringer, both physically and emotionally. The Strongest Among Us is a prime example, featuring a harrowing warehouse fire that quickly spirals out of control. What starts as a routine call turns into a nightmare when an explosion traps several firefighters inside, including Christopher Herman and Brian Otis Zvonsek. The real tension comes from the team's desperate attempts to locate their missing members while battling secondary explosions and toxic smoke. Meanwhile, outside, Gabby Dawson and Severide clash over strategy, with Dawson insisting on a more aggressive approach despite the risks. The episode's pacing is relentless, barely giving viewers a moment to breathe before the next disaster strikes. But the emotional core of the episode lies in Otis's heroism. Despite his injuries, he manages to guide another trapped civilian to safety, reinforcing why he's one of Firehouse 51's most beloved members. The episode's final moments, where the team reunites, bruised, battered, but alive, are a testament to the show's ability to balance high-stakes action with deep character moments. 3. Hiding Not Seeking, Season 10, Episode 9. Sometimes, the most intense episodes aren't about massive fires, but about personal demons. Hiding Not Seeking focuses on Lieutenant Stella Kidd's struggle with PTSD after a traumatic call where a child dies in her arms. The episode brilliantly portrays the psychological toll of first responders' jobs, showing Kidd grappling with nightmares, panic attacks, and the fear that she's losing her edge. The tension escalates when, during a high-rise fire, Kidd freezes at a critical moment, nearly costing a victim their life. The guilt and shame she feels afterward are palpable, and the episode doesn't shy away from showing the harsh reality of how trauma can break even the strongest individuals. What makes this episode so powerful is its realism. Unlike other shows that might resolve such a heavy storyline in one episode, Chicago Fire lets Kidd's recovery be a slow, painful process. Her eventual decision to seek therapy is a groundbreaking moment for the series, highlighting the importance of mental health in a profession where vulnerability is often seen as a weakness. 2. The Grand Gesture, Season 8, Episode 16. Crossover events are a staple of One Chicago, but few are as explosive as the three-part event that begins with Chicago Fire's The Grand Gesture. When a chemical plant explosion rocks Chicago, Firehouse 51, alongside Chicago PD and Chicago Med, must work together to contain the disaster. The episode is a masterclass in tension, with multiple storylines unfolding simultaneously. Paramedics treating burn victims, firefighters battling secondary explosions, and intelligence officers tracking down a potential terrorist behind the attack. The real heart-stopping moment comes when a collapsing structure pins Captain Casey beneath rubble, leaving him struggling to breathe as his team scrambles to free him. The cinematography here is particularly gripping, with tight shots of Casey's face covered in dust, his breaths shallow, while Severide barks orders to get him out. But the episode isn't just about physical danger. It's also about emotional stakes. Brett, who has been grappling with her feelings for Casey, finally confesses her love in a desperate moment, fearing she might lose him. The raw emotion of that scene, combined with the high-octane rescue, makes this one of the most unforgettable episodes in the series.